Faker with a huge play, the QSS.
I can't believe I just saw that!
In that electrifying moment in 2013, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Ryu went for the kill, confident that he had Faker trapped. But then it happened. Faker dodged the death mark. I was on the edge of my seat, heart racing, as the impossible unfolded before my eyes. Faker wasn't just surviving, he was counter-attacking with precision, turning the fight completely around. It was a duel that had the entire world watching. Two legends, Faker and Ryu, locked in a deadly mirror match, both playing Zed. A showdown of shadows where only one could come out on top. But what happened next? It's still talked about to this day. A single outplay that shattered all expectations and changed the course of League of Legends forever. In the world of League of Legends, few rivalries were as intense as the one between Faker and Ryu. Faker, the young prodigy from SK Telecom T1, had quickly risen through the ranks, displaying an almost supernatural ability to outplay his opponents. He was already a rising star, but his true legend had yet to be written. On the other side was Ryu, a seasoned mid laner for KT Rolster Bullets, known for his sharp, calculated playstyle. Unlike Faker, Ryu had the experience and poise of a veteran, making him a formidable opponent on any stage. The two players had met before, but this time was different. The stakes were higher. It was the 2013 World Championship quarterfinals, and both players knew that this match was more than just a game. It was a defining moment. Faker was hungry to prove that his rapid rise to fame wasn't a fluke, while Ryu saw this as a chance to dethrone the young prodigy and remind the world that he too was among the best. The anticipation was building with each passing second. Fans knew that this clash between two of Korea's finest mid laners would go down in history, but no one could predict the impact it would have. The duel was about to unfold, and it would soon become one of the most talked about moments in esports. The 2013 League of Legends World Championship was in full swing, and the stakes couldn't have been higher. Millions of fans around the world were tuning in to watch the quarterfinals, where only the best teams and players remained. Among them were SK Telecom T1 and KT Rolster Bullets, two of the most dominant teams in Korea. This was no ordinary matchup. This was a battle of titans, with the winner advancing and the loser sent home. At the heart of this clash was the mid lane, where the showdown everyone had been waiting for was about to unfold. Faker, the rising star who had stunned the world with his unbelievable mechanics, was facing Ryu, the veteran known for his calm and methodical approach to the game. Both players carried the weight of their teams on their shoulders, and both knew that a single mistake could mean elimination. The moment became even more electrifying when both Faker and Ryu locked in Zed, a champion that symbolized everything this duel would be about: speed, precision, and the highest level of mechanical skill. As the champions were picked and the game loaded in, the tension in the air was palpable. The stage was set, the world was watching, and soon, the most iconic moment in League of Legends history would be born. As the game began, the tension between Faker and Ryu was immediate and undeniable. Both players knew that this wasn't just another match, this was a battle that could define their careers. The early game was a delicate dance, with each player probing the other's defenses, but neither willing to make a risky move. Every minion kill, every step forward in the lane felt like a small victory in a much larger war. Faker, known for his aggressive playstyle, remained uncharacteristically cautious. Ryu, on the other hand, kept his composure, aware that even the smallest misstep against Faker could be punished instantly. The arena was silent, except for the sound of the game, as the audience held their breath in anticipation. Both players were feeling the weight of the moment, and with each passing minute, the tension only grew. The Zed mirror match was a rare sight, two of the world's best players facing off with the same champion, each one waiting for the right moment to strike. The back and forth was mesmerizing. The two mid laners traded skill shots, dodging and weaving through each other's attacks, neither giving the other a clear opening. The pressure was mounting, and everyone watching could feel it. The inevitable clash was coming, and it would be unlike anything anyone had ever seen before. It was the moment that would forever change the course of League of Legends history. Faker and Ryu had both reached level 6, unlocking their ultimate abilities, Deathmark. The crowd knew that this was when the real fight would begin. Both players had been testing each other's limits, but now the gloves were off. In an instant, the tension that had been building for minutes reached its breaking point. Ryu struck first. He unleashed his Deathmark on Faker, quickly following up with a barrage of shurikens and slashes, hoping to finish the fight in one swift blow. It looked like Ryu had the upper hand. Faker's health dropped dangerously low, and for a split second, it seemed as though Ryu would claim victory. But Faker wasn't done. With lightning-fast reflexes, he activated his own Deathmark, dodging Ryu's critical follow-up attacks by shifting between shadows. The next few seconds were a blur of movement and skill, both Zeds blinking in and out of existence, trading blows in a chaotic dance of shadows. The crowd was on the edge of their seats as Faker miraculously dodged everything Ryu threw at him. And then, in a stunning display of mechanics, Faker landed the decisive strike. Ryu's health bar melted, and as the dust settled, his Zed fell to the ground. Faker had won the duel. The arena erupted in cheers, and the world stood in awe of what they had just witnessed. This was no ordinary outplay. This was the defining moment of a legend. Faker had cemented his status as the best player in the world, and the Zed vs Zed duel would be immortalized in esports history. The duel ended, but the shockwaves it sent through the League of Legends community were only just beginning. As Ryu's Zed crumbled under Faker's flawless execution, the crowd erupted into a roar of disbelief and awe. Commentators, usually quick to narrate the action, found themselves momentarily speechless. What had just unfolded wasn't just an ordinary outplay, it was a masterclass in mechanical skill under the highest pressure imaginable. For Ryu, the moment was crushing. His expression, caught on camera, told the whole story. Disbelief, frustration, and a hint of resignation. Ryu had played well, exceptionally well, but in those final moments, Faker had transcended what anyone thought possible. It wasn't just the fact that Ryu lost, it was that he lost so publicly, on the world's biggest stage, in a way that would be remembered forever. For Ryu, this moment became an enduring reminder of Faker's untouchable talent. For Faker, this was the play that would define the rest of his career. The phrase, "Faker, what was that?" echoed across forums, social media, and streams as fans dissected the play frame by frame. Faker had already built a reputation as a prodigy, but this moment elevated him to legendary status. He became the player everyone wanted to be, the benchmark by which all others would be judged. In the days that followed, the clip of the Zed duel went viral, spreading like wildfire through the gaming community. Faker's outplay had become the iconic moment of the 2013 World Championship, a moment that transcended the game itself and forever cemented his legacy. Faker's victory in the Zed vs Zed duel wasn't just a moment of individual brilliance, it became a turning point for the entire esports landscape. This singular outplay reshaped the way players, teams, and fans viewed League of Legends. It showed that at the highest level, a game of milliseconds and perfect decision-making could produce moments of pure magic. The duel was instantly iconic, inspiring a generation of players to reach for that same level of mastery. For Faker, this was the moment that solidified his position as the greatest League of Legends player of all time. The outplay became the definitive example of his legendary skill and composure under pressure. From this point forward, Faker wasn't just another star in the esports world. He was the symbol of what was possible when talent and hard work came together. This play also raised the global profile of League of Legends. More than just a game, it became a cultural phenomenon, reaching beyond traditional esports audiences. Clips of the duel were shared everywhere, drawing in viewers who had never watched a competitive game before. Faker's outplay made League of Legends a talking point in mainstream media, sparking discussions about the incredible skill ceiling of esports and the legitimacy of gaming as a professional sport. Years later, the Z versus Z duel remains one of the most celebrated moments in competitive gaming, a reminder of the incredible feats that can occur when the best players in the world collide. The Z versus Z duel between Faker and Ryu was more than just a match. It was a defining moment in esports history. It showcased the highest level of skill and precision, with both players pushing the limits of what was possible in League of Legends. For Faker, it was the moment that cemented his legacy as the greatest player the game had ever seen. For Ryu, it was a hard-fought battle, but one that elevated Faker to legendary status. This duel wasn't just about victory, it was about creating a moment that would forever change how the game is played and remembered. If you're passionate about the stories behind League of Legends and want to dive deeper into the moments that shaped the game's history, then leave your most iconic moment in the comments. Don't miss out on more in-depth documentaries that capture the essence of what makes League of Legends and its players truly legendary. Subscribe now and be part of the journey.